In the quaint village of Bree, nestled within the dells of the Breeland Hills, there was once a tale often told by the fireside, deeply embedded in the lore of Middle-earth. It was a story of foreboding and bravery, of adventure and destiny, revolving around a character known as Lendon the Ranger. Lendon was a solitary figure, often ambling through the dense forests, his whiskers brushing against the tree trunks as he moved silently, a canny look always in his eyes. His worn leather Crocs told tales of numerous adventures and struggles. The bleak expression he wore hinted at his troubled past, riddled with quarreling factions and stolen artifacts. He was a master of stealth, capable of purloining objects without leaving a trace, yet his heart yearned for peace. One crisp autumn morning, while Lendon was on the porch of the Prancing Pony, the smell of fresh bread, mingled with the toothsome smell of roasting pork, filled the air. His sharp eyes scanned the surroundings as he sniffed the air cautiously. Bree was always bustling with racket from travelers and traders, but Lendon had a sense that something was out of the ordinary. His suspicions were confirmed when he noticed a startled hobbit darting in and out of the shadows. This hobbit, plucked up with courage yet skittish, stumbled upon Lendon's path. Clutching what appeared to be a cradles of scrolls, the hobbit, gasping for breath, exclaimed, "Help me, good sir! I have been pursued by blighters. They wish to take these treasures, so long purloined from the crypts of Juntou." Despite his weariness, Lendon couldn't ignore a request for help. "Calm yourself," he said, "and tell me everything from the start, albeit briefly, for we have not much time." The hobbit, whose name was Bilfer, stumbled into a chair, his face a picture of desperation. He recounted how he had discovered an ancient lair beneath the White Mountains, filled with relics long thought lost. Among them were scrolls that held secrets of an unrivaled power, which in the wrong hands could spell doom for all of Middle-earth. Bilfer had scrambled out of the lair, narrowly escaping a band of thieves who had scuttled off with some of the bounty. Lendon's attention was keen on the mention of these thieves. "These thieves, do they bear any mark?" he asked. "Indeed," said Bilfer, still gasping. "They were the sign of a serrated dagger upon their arms, and they spoke of a master who seeks to use the scrolls to resurrect a power from the east." Realizing the gravity of the situation, Lendon stood up swiftly, gesturing for Bilfer to follow. "We must not linger. The ensuing hours will be critical." The two set forth through Bree, their paths winding through the bleak and grime-covered alleys, avoiding curious eyes. Lendon's mind raced, devising a plan to outmaneuver their pursuers. They eventually reached the inn stables, where Lendon had his steed prepared for swift travel. "He's a fast one," Lendon said, patting the horse primly. "We'll make for the cliffs of the Misty Mountains, where I know a place we can hide and devise our next steps." Bilfer, though wearied, followed Lendon as they rode out at sunset, leaving Bree behind them. Their ride was swift but plucked up with caution. Lendon's senses were honed on every sound. The hoot of an owl, the distant flutter of wings, all seemed to carry an air of foreboding. As they approached the base of the Misty Mountains, the ragged terrain made their journey arduous. Suddenly, they heard a scramble out of rocks above them. "Drat!" Lendon cursed under his breath. Their pursuers had caught up. Shapes darted from the shadows, and a racket ensued as Lendon drew his sword. Amidst the chaos, he saw Bilfer desperately holding onto the scrolls. Lendon fought fiercely, his blade finding its mark with every thrust and skewer. Bilfer, though small, was canny and managed to duck away from the immediate danger, but they were outnumbered. Lendon knew this confrontation was unsustainable. With a swift motion, he hoisted Bilfer onto the horse and strode away from the ledge, maneuvering through the rocky path. The thieves, relentless, followed, but Lendon's knowledge of the terrain gave them a temporary advantage. They rode through the night, the ensuing chase unforgiving. At dawn, they reached a hidden dell where they sought refuge. Lendon's eyes scanned the horizon. For now, they were safe. Bilfer, exhausted, collapsed, rocking gently back and forth. Lendon, equally wearied, drew out a crust of bread and some cheese, offering it to Bilfer. Rest now, he said. The path ahead is long, and we have many trials yet to face. The days that followed were a test of endurance. Lindon's strategic mind and Bilfer's invaluable knowledge of the scrolls became an unbeatable combination. They trekked through valleys and forests, each step taking them closer to Rivendell, where the wisdom of Elrond could provide clarity on how to protect the ancient relics. Throughout their journey, the bond between the ranger and the hobbit deepened. Lindon taught Bilfer the ways of survival, how to skewer a fish with a swift motion, how to make a fire using stones, and how to move silently through enemy territory. Bilfer, in return, shared tales and the cultural richness of the Shire, which brought moments of warmth and laughter, albeit brief. As they finally approached the lush valleys of Rivendell, the toothsome smell of elven feasts mingled with the fresh mountain air, filling them with renewed hope. Elrond's welcoming party, sharp-eyed and canny, awaited them by the bridge, signaling not just the end of a perilous journey, but the beginning of a significant alliance. In the great halls of Rivendell, surrounded by elven lords and wise men, the scrolls were examined, revealing the ancient secrets interwoven into the fabric of Middle-earth's destiny. It was decided that the scrolls would be safeguarded within Rivendell's archives, preserved against any who would seek to abuse their power. The thieves, cunning but not invincible, were hunted down, their plans thwarted by the combined might of elves and rangers alike. Lindon and Bilfer, their wearied bodies now resting in the healing embrace of Rivendell, shared a mutual sense of achievement. They had fought against the odds, unraveled a foreboding mystery, and safeguarded their world from a looming threat. Their story would become one of the many songs sung by the elves, a tale of courage, friendship, and the unwavering spirit that yearns for peace and harmony in the world. And though the bleak shadows of their journey were now memories, the bonds forged in those trials would remain, a testament to their shared resolve and unyielding hope.